Okie doke. So a bit more core today and a bit more focusing still on upper back posture, lower back posture. And I hope you can tell me afterwards, but I definitely have noticed of myself that I just naturally have my arms hanging, elbows hanging under my shoulders. It's just every day it feels much more natural to stand properly. Okay, so just let's start by rocking from side to side. So push that right seat bone down, push the left, push the right, push the left, and then make that rock smaller and smaller and just shimmy those seat bones into the ground. And then you can put your hands just by your bum and lift your chest up and just glide that right foot forward in front of the left. And then glide that left foot forward in front of the right. Trying to keep my chest parallel with the end of the mat and trying to move that pelvis, so moving that sacroiliac joint. You can actually put your hands on the back of your pelvis and you can feel one side of the pelvis rock forward and then the other one rock forward. Right goes forward, left goes forward, and then even them up. And then put your hands on your legs and just roll yourself forward. So that sacroiliac joint movement is when we lay our pelvis on the roller. So breathing in, soften those knees, breathing out, lean that chest forward onto those thighs, breathing in, pull that chest right forward onto those thighs and feel the bend in that hip joint. And you can just shimmy on your seat bones. And then push that right knee down towards the floor. And then push the left knee down towards the floor. Push that right knee down towards the floor, holding yourself forwards. Push that left knee down towards the floor. And then push both knees down. And then let those hands slide up the legs as you bring yourself up to vertical. Roll those shoulders, breathing in, back, up to the ears, back and down. Put those fists on the floor behind your bum and then push off those hands and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take your chin up to the sky, pushing that chest forward and then bring that chin down towards the chest. Pushing off those hands, breathing in, breathing out. Lift that chin all the way up to the sky. Push that chest up high, push those heels away, push the toes to your nose. And then release, lifting up nice and tall. Put that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind and turn. And really push off that right hand and lift that chest up to the sky. And then release. And then put the left hand on the floor behind. Right hand on the left knee and lift and turn the other way. Really pushing off that left hand behind. Keeping that chest up high. And then come back round to the front. Hands on the legs again. Get hold of those kneecaps, give them a wobble. Slide your hands forward towards your feet. Soften your knees, pull your chest right down. Really bend at that hip. Breathing in. Breathing out, pull forwards. And then push those knees down into the floor. Lift yourself up to vertical. Roll your shoulders up to the ears, down and back. And grab your roller, put it in across the mat. So resting the elbows on the roller, soften your knees, breathing in. Breathing out, lay back on the bottom ribs, push the chest up to the sky. Breathing out as you push up. Take those hands over the head, slide those fingers away. Breathing in, push those fingers away from the breastbone. And then slide those hands back in, elbows on the roller, lift yourself up. Move that roller up the back of it, breathing in. On the out breath, push that chest up to the sky. Breathing out, stretch those fingers on the floor above your head, really reach. Lengthen those legs out as well so they're nice and long, breathing in. Breathing out, push. Chest up to the sky, bring those fingers back towards the head, lift the head up, bend the knees a little bit. Bring that roller up a little bit more into the ribs, into the shoulder blades. Breathing in, and on the out breath, let that head go down to the floor. Pop those fingers on the floor behind. Lengthen those legs out to straight. Slide those fingers away above the head. Breathing in, breathing out. Push the breastbone up high. Arching that back. Slide those fingers back in. Bend those knees up. Take hold of the head into the hands and roll the roller down towards those bottom ribs. And then rolling the roller all the way up towards the head. Breathing in. Roll the roller down towards those bottom ribs. And then up towards the head. And then leaning on that left hand side, rolling down, rolling back up. Rolling down, rolling back up, lean a bit further onto the left. A little bit further over, all the way down on those bottom ribs, all the way back up. All the way down, and then go right onto that left-hand side through those bottom ribs. All the way back up into the armpit. All the way down through that armpit. Through that bra strap area. Onto those bottom ribs. Over onto the back. All the way. Still on the left, on the back at the left. And then all the way onto the middle of the back. All the way down. Lengthening that head. All the way up. And then slowly onto the right. All the way down. Just on the right hand side and a little bit further over. And then continue to go all the way over. All the way over. All the way onto your right hand side. All the way down. All the way up on the right. Stretching that arm out through the armpit. Down into those bottom ribs. All the way back up into that armpit. And then slowly back. Onto the right, onto the back, right hand side of the back. Down through those bottom ribs. And then over. And onto the back. Slowly through. And then just rest your bum on the floor. Put the roller in that bra strap area. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lengthen those legs. Push the breastbone up to the sky. Let the head back onto the floor. Take the hands above the head on the floor. Palms together. And slide those fingers away. Push those hands away. Stretching through those shoulders. Lifting that breastbone up to the sky. Reaching those arms. Breathing in. Breathing out, pushing up nice and tall. Bringing those hands all the way back in. Take the bend the knees up, take the head in the hands, lift yourself up, and then pull yourself all the way off the roller. Okay. Sitting up nice and tall. Actually, drag that roller back in. We'll just do the sacroiliac joint. Keep the knees up, bent up. Soles of the feet on the floor, rollers under the legs. Roll yourself down to flat. Bring that roller in up to your bum. Breathing in. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Breathing out. Push off the heels, balls of the feet off the floor and lift up. Lift that hip up off the floor. Rest your pelvis on the roller. Bring the roller in. Draw in the core and pull the waistband down to the floor. Pull the top of the pelvis down so your tummy muscles engaged. Drop that left knee down towards the roller. And bring it back up. Drop that left knee down and bring it back up. Drop it down and glide that hip into the roller, bring it back up. Drop the left knee down, hold it there. Put your fingers on the edge of your hip and just glide that hip bone. So my right hip is just off the roller. And I'm putting load on that left side, pushing it in, pushing it in, bring that knee back up. Take that knee out wide, push it into the roller, bring that knee back up. One more on the left, drop it out wide, push that hip back into the roller, bring that knee back up. Okay, even yourself up. Tilt over to the right, drop that right knee down, feel the left side of the hip is light on the roller. Bring that right knee up. Drop that right knee down, push that hip bone into the roller, bring that knee back up. Drop the right knee out, push the hip into the roller, bring that knee back up. Drop that knee out to the right, push the hip into the roller, leave the knee down, push the hip in, push the hip in, push the hip in, push the hip in, and bring that knee back up. One more, drop the right knee out, push the hip into the roller, bring that knee back up. Hold on to the roller, bring that left knee up towards your face, bring that right knee up towards your face. Let those legs hang over your head, pushing off the roller, straightening those knees. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Push off the roller and lift it a bit higher up the back. Point those toes, flex those feet. Circles one way with the feet. Circles the other way with the feet. Flex them. Bend the knees. Take hold of the feet in the hand and pull those feet down towards the floor, stretching in that lower back. So this is the same as you lying forward over reaching your toes. Release the legs, hold on to the roller, move it down towards that hip bone, bend the knees, release the legs, let them go all the way back down to the floor, keeping that core strong, keeping neutral, don't overarch the back, touch the toes on the floor. Take the weight of the body on the toes, lift the hips off the roller and move the roller out of the way. Roll that back all the way down to flat. Put those feet on the floor. Lift up the balls of the feet, rest on the heels. Breathing in, roll the shoulders up to the ears, push them down. Clench with the bum, lift those hips up high. Breathing in. On the out breath, lower that back down to the floor. Arch the back at the bottom, breathing in. On the out breath, clenching the bum, push through those heels, lift those hips up high, bring those arms all the way over the head, breathing in. On the out breath, lower that back all the way down to the ground. Arch the back at the bottom, bring the arms back down by the side, breathing in. Arch the back, flatten the back, lift the hips up off the floor, leading with your pubic bone, breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms all the way over the head. Lengthen the fingers from the knees, breathing in. On the out breath, lower that body all the way down to the floor. Arch the back at the bottom, bring those arms back down by the side. One more, breathing in. On the out breath, flatten the back into the floor, lead with the pubic bone, drive through those heels, push that pubic bone high, clench that bum, bring those arms all the way over the head. Breathing in, on the out breath, push those fingers away, lower that back all the way down to the floor, all the way down one vertebra at a time. Arch the back at the bottom, bring those arms back down by the side. Lengthen those legs away from the bum. Lift those fingers off the floor, chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way up, breathing in. On the out breath, reach towards those feet, soften the knees, pull that body right down onto those thighs, breathing in. On the out breath, push the left knee down, push the right knee down, breathing in, push both knees down, breathing in. Sit yourself up as you breathe out. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Pop those hands on the floor by the bum. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Take the feet to the right. Take the feet left like windscreen wipers. Take them right. Take them left. Let them rest in the middle. Roll those shoulders back and down. Lift that chest up and forward. Try and get your bodies vertical, so try not to lean back too much. Breathing in on the out breath, take that chin right down into the chest. Pushing off those hands, pushing those shoulders down to the floor. Pull that chin into the chest. Turn the head towards the right-hand side of the right leg. Lift that left ear up away from that left shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out, lift that left ear up, push off those hands, push those shoulders down. Release those eyes to the center. Push off those hands, push those shoulders down. Take the eyes to the left side of the left leg. Push that right ear away from that right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Push that right ear away from the right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those eyes to the center, push those hands into the floor, push those shoulders away from the ears, and release those eyes up to horizontal. Take those hands a bit further behind you. Bend those elbows and lean back onto the hands. Pull those shoulders back and down, push those arms to straight. Breathing in, on the out breath, clench the bum, tighten the thighs, lift up hips up off the ground. Working on those shoulder joints, clenching with the bum. And then lower that bum all the way down to the floor. Bend those knees up. But keep that knee joint to about 90 degrees. Pull those shoulders all the way up to the ears, back and down. Breathing in, on the out breath, clench the bum and lift. And feet should be under the knees. Rock backwards over those hands. Rock away from those hands, stretching that shoulder joint. Rocking backwards, keep those hips up and forwards. Backwards and forwards. Hips up, backwards and forwards. Lifting those hips up higher, take that chin up to the sky, lift that chest up, straighten the front of that body, and then lower all the way back down to the floor. Breathing in, straighten those legs out. Breathing out, push off those fingers so you bend through the palm of your hand. Bring those arms up in front of you, reaching forwards over those feet. Sitting up vertically and lean backwards. Breathing in. On the out breath, lean forwards. Breathing in. On the out breath, lean backwards. Cross those arms over. Turn that body to the left, turning with the tummy button. Turn that body to the right. Turn that body to the left. Chest up. Turn that body to the right. Turn that body to the left. Turn that body to the right, chest up. Everyone's chest up. Come back to center. Take those hands in front. Lift that chest up. Leaning back still, leaning back. Chest up, bring those arms up to vertical. Bring those arms down, keep that chest up. Bring those arms up. Lower those arms down. Lower the body down to the floor. Shoulders back, down to the floor, down to flat. Bring those hands all the way over the head, breathing in. Breathing out, bring those hands all the way back over by your side. Slide your fingers under your bum, breathing in. On the out breath, push off those elbows. Lift onto the head, into that fish pose or partial fish pose, breathing in. Breathing out, push off the elbows, lift that chest up higher. Breathing in, fill those lungs up with air, spread those ribs. Breathing out, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift that breastbone up to the sky. And then release and lower all the way down to the floor. Bring that left knee and bring that right knee and hug those knees, lift the tailbone off the floor. And release, push that tailbone down. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Make sure those ribs are all on the floor. Upper ribs, middle ribs, bottom ribs. Slight lift on the lower back and let those knees hang out to the side. Putting those arms on the inner thigh, breathing in. Breathing out, extend the head away from the tailbone, hold those knees apart. Pushing those knees together or pushing against the arms, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, release the push and let those knees separate. Straighten that right leg out, straighten that left leg out, point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, push those knees into the hands without letting them move. Breathing in, on the out breath, release, let those legs hang further apart. Bend those knees back in. Let those knees come back together. Keep that tailbone down to the floor, neutral spine throughout that exercise. Straighten that right leg out, pull the left knee in towards the armpit. Keeping that back in neutral, ribs on the floor, lower back slightly lifted. Pulling that left knee in, closing that thigh onto the tummy. Pull that left leg over the body, push the left hand away, left ear to the floor. Breathing in, pushing the left shoulder down after that arm. Pushing the left hip over after that knee, stretching the shoulder away from the hip. Breathing in, breathing out. Rolling over onto that right hand side. Take hold of this left foot in the right hand. Pull that left foot up towards the bum. Breathing in, roll the shoulders back and down, pushing the hips forwards. And then push the foot into the hand. Extending that leg and hand away. You may need to let the right leg swing in front a bit to keep your balance. Pushing that left leg behind you. Pushing that left leg away, clenching with the bum. Breathing in. Breathing out, release. Roll back onto your back. Lifting that left knee up towards the armpit again. Take hold of that left foot. Put that left foot against the right leg. Push that left knee away. Pull that right leg towards. Breathing in on the out breath, push that left knee into the left hand. Pushing the left knee into the left hand. Breathing in. On the out breath, release and turn that leg. Turn that leg, stretching through that hip. Pushing that knee away, pulling that foot towards. And then release that leg. Pull the same leg, left knee up towards the shoulder. Breathing in on the out breath, pull that left leg over the body, stretching through that back. Pushing the hip after the knee, shoulder after the hand. Pushing that left ear to the floor, lengthening. And then release back onto the back. Let that left leg go out straight. Push those hands all the way over the head, reach and stretch. Bring those fingers up to the sky, bring that right knee in. Pull that knee up to the shoulder. Pulling that thigh towards the body, breathing in. Keeping that neutral spine, ribs on the floor, lower back slightly lifted. Pull that right leg over the body, pushing that right hand away, breathing in. On the out breath, push that hand away, push the shoulder down, following that hand. Push that right hip, following that knee. Turn that head so that the right ear is coming to the floor. Pushing that hip away from the shoulder, stretching through those hips. Breathing in, breathing out and lengthen. Rolling over onto that left hand side. Support the head with the left arm. Take hold of the right foot in the hand. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Breathing in. Clench with the bum. Push the hips forward. Push the foot into the hand and lengthen that leg behind you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push and lengthen that leg behind you. Stretching through that hip. And then release, stretch. And then undo that leg, roll over onto your back again, pull that knee up towards your armpits, breathing in. On the out breath, pull that knee over your body, pushing those eyes to the floor, right hand away, right knee to the ground, right hip away from the shoulder. And then roll back onto your back, keep hold of this right leg. Turn the right leg, bring the left leg in, put the foot on the left leg, pull that left leg towards, push that right knee away. Hold that right knee away. Keep that right shoulder down and back, push that right knee into the right hand. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, release, turn that right leg more, push that right knee away, pull that right foot towards. Breathing in. And then release that left leg, keep hold of the right knee, let the right foot go, pull that right knee up towards the armpits, breathing in. Breathing out, pull that right leg over the body again, reaching the right hand away, reaching the right knee to the floor. Reaching that right ear to the floor. and then roll back onto the back. Let that right leg go out straight, let those arms go straight over the head, reach those fingers away from the toes. Push that right hand away from the right foot. Push that left hand away from the left foot. Push both hands away from both feet. Bring those fingers all the way up to the sky. Bring that chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up to vertical. Keep the arms horizontal. Sitting up nice and tall. Glide forwards over those feet, keeping that chest up. Glide backwards, holding yourself strong. Glide forwards, keeping that chest up. Glide backwards, keeping that chest up. Keeping those shoulders back. Reach forward with those hands. Pull back with those shoulders, keeping them back. Lift that chest up. Sitting up nice and tall. Vertical, vertical. Bring those arms straight up into the sky. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms down and lean back. Bring those arms up and come up to vertical. Bring those arms down, horizontal, and lean back. Bring those arms up to vertical. Take those arms down and lean back. Hold yourself here. Bring those arms up to vertical here. And down. Up, chests up. And down. Up. And down. One more up. And horizontal. And lift yourself up to tall. Reaching forwards over those feet. Pop your fingers onto your toes. Trying to keep as straight with that back as you can. Lift those chests up. Soften the knees if you want, and then push those knees down into the floor. Bring those arms away from the feet. Bring yourself up to vertical. Chest up tall. Lift those chests up. Chest up, Sarah. Good. Chests up. Good. Breathing in. On the out breath, lower down to flat. Bring those arms next to you by the floor. Roll those shoulders up to the ears into the floor, down. Clench that tummy. Draw in the core, lower back slightly lifted. Breathing in. On the out breath, right leg straight up in the air. And down. Left leg straight up in the air, so my feet are light on the floor. And down. Right leg straight up in the air. And down. Left leg straight up in the air. And down. Lift those hands a centimetre off the ground. Pull those shoulders into the floor. Lift that right leg straight up into the air. Lift that left leg straight up into the air. Keep those hands just off the ground. Keep those shoulders flat. Keep those ribs in the floor. Keep that lower back slightly lifted. Lower the right leg to just above the floor. Lift that right leg back up. Lower that left leg to just above the floor. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Lift that left leg up. Make sure your shoulder blades are touching the ground. Make sure your lower back slightly lifted. Make sure your ribs are heading towards the floor. Lower that right leg down. Pull the left leg forward. Bring that right leg back up. Lower the left leg down. Pull the right leg forward. Bring that leg back up. Hands are still just off the floor. Flex those feet. Lower that right leg down. Point those toes. Bring that right leg up. Flex those feet. Lower that left leg down. Point those toes. Bring that left leg up. Flex those feet. Lower both legs down. Hands are still just off the floor. Shoulders are touching the ground. Point the toes. Lift both legs up. Flex both feet. Lower both legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point those toes. Lift them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the feet. Push those hands away. Hold that left leg. Lower that right leg. Point those toes. Lift that right leg. Flex those feet. Lower the left leg. Point those toes, lift that left leg. Put your hands on your thighs, bend your knees and rest the tummy. Roll those shoulders up to the ears into the floor, slide them down. Reach those feet into the sky, reach up towards the feet and release. For 8 and release. 7, release. 6, release. 5, release. 4, release. 3, release. 2, release. 1. Bring yourself onto the floor. Bring those arms onto the floor. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Soften the knees. Breathing in. Push those fingers away past the bum. Lift the bum off the floor for 5, 4. Keep the shoulders down. 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees. Keep those shoulders down. Turn that toe so the right toe touches the floor. Bring it back up, knees are bent. Toe taps. Take that left toe down to the floor, bring it back up. Take that right toe down to the floor, slide that right leg out just above the floor if you can. If you want to drag it on the floor, that's fine. Bring that right leg back in. Turn that left toe down towards the floor. Slide it out to straight. Bring it back in. Turn that right toe down to the floor. Make sure your hip stays parallel to your shoulders. Don't reach your hip away. Bring that right leg back in. Turn that left leg out down to the floor and out. Bring that left leg back in. Take both toes down to the floor. If you want to rest them on the floor and slide them out, you can. If you want to keep them above the floor, you can. Lengthen those legs out to straight, clench the bum. Holding them just above the floor. Bring those arms up to the sky. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Breathing in on the out breath, bring those feet back in, bring the arms back and over. Breathing in. On the out breath, take those toes down to the floor, slide them out along the ground or just above the ground. Take the arms all the way over the head. Reaching away. Bring those arms all the way back in. Bring those knees back up. So all the time your spine is in neutral. Breathing in. On the out breath, toes to the ground, arms up over the head, toes and legs out straight. Lengthen. Bring those legs and arms all the way back in. Lift the upper body up off the floor and scrunch yourself up. Breathing in. On the out breath, unscrunch. Take your head down to the floor, lengthen the body. At any stage, if it's too hard, revert back to the stage before. Bring the hands back in, bring the feet back in. Breathing in. On the out breath, open that body all the way out to long, keeping the fingers off the floor if you can, toes off the floor. Bring those legs and hands all the way back in. 3 more. Breathing in. On the out breath, open. Hold. And close. 2 more. Open. Shoulders back and down. Lengthen that body. And close. And open. Hold yourself off the floor. Hold everything just off the floor. And release everything down onto the ground. Breathing in, flex those feet. Breathing out, fingers to the sky. Roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Roll yourself all the way up, vertical, chest up, arms horizontal. Slide those arms around to the right. Oh, should stay vertical. Back to the center. Slide all the way around to the left, trying to stay vertical. Back to center. All the way around to the right. Back to center. All the way around to the left, staying vertical. Back to center. 1 more on each side. All the way around to the right. Center. All the way around to the left. Back to the center. Holding yourself here, gliding forwards. Leaning back. Rolling all the way down to flat. Arms on the floor, take your arms out to 45 degrees. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Drawing in the core. Point those toes, lift both legs straight up into the air. Neutral spine. Lay those legs over to the right. Bring them back up to center. Lay those legs over to the left. Keep those shoulders back and down. Hold them here. Bring them back up to center. Lower those legs over to the right. Hold them here. Back up to center. Lower those legs over to the left. Hold them. Back up to center. One more to the right. Hold them here. Up to center. And over to the left. And back up to center. Bend those knees. Take them out on the floor, up, down to the ground. Lengthen those legs away from you. Bring those hands up to the sky. Breathing in, chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Go vertical. Chest up. Lead with your chest. Chest, chest, chest. Chest up. Good. Holding strong. Leaning back. Lock your fingers in that pistol grip. Turning to the right. Center. Turning left. Center. Turning right, stay leaning back, keep that chest up. Back to the center. Turning left. Back to the center. Sit yourself up vertical. Bring those hands to the floor. Just behind your bum. Breathing in, roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Push off those elbows. Breathing out, clench the bum. Lift those hips up high. Holding yourself strong. Lifting those hips up high, look up to the sky. Lift those hips up higher. Breathing in. Breathing out, lift the hips and body up higher, chest up higher. And then lower yourself down to the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out, pull those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Pull the elbows towards each other. Straighten those arms, clench the bum, tighten the thighs. Lift those hips up high. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the body up higher. Hold yourself here. Put the weight on the right leg. Bring the left knee up to the chest. Take that left leg out straight. Lift those hips higher. Bring that right knee up to the chest. Take it out straight, bring those hips higher. Left knee into the chest. Out straight, hips up higher. Right knee into the chest. Out straight. One more, left knee in. Out straight. Keep the hips up, right knee in. Out straight, well done. Lower the body down. Awesome, huge improvement. Push off those hands, rolling through the palm of the hand, through those fingers. Lifting yourself nice and tall, bend the elbows, bring those hands up in front. Reaching down towards those feet, hold on to the feet. Breathing in. On the out breath, soften the knees. Pull that tummy button down onto the thighs. Roll that head down between the knees. Push those knees flat towards the floor. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Swing your legs around so you come onto your knees. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under the feet, under the hips. Roll the inside of the elbow forward, lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Turn the tailbone down, head up, back up to back up. Turn the tailbone up, eyes up, belly down. Squeezing between those shoulders. Breathing in, tailbone down, eyes down, back up. Tailbone up, belly down, eyes up. Spread those buttocks, pull against those knees on the floor, turning inside of the elbows forward, stretching through those shoulders too, pushing the chest to the floor, and then come into neutral. Breathing in, feel the core engage. Gliding back over those heels in that neutral spine, pushing those hands forward. Coming back up onto all fours, let those hands slide back a bit. Breathing in. On the out breath, glide that body back, keeping neutral spine. So let those hands slide forward a bit if you need. And then lifting that body up, coming up onto all fours. Lengthen that right leg out behind. Lengthen that left leg, come into the plank. Body's nice and long. Glide forwards over those fingers and back. forwards over those fingers and back. Clench the bum, forward over those fingers and back. Shoulders back, Sam, shoulders back, tummy down, drop your bum a bit, open the chest, push your chest forward over your fingers, gliding forwards, gliding back, good. Forwards, Hilary, more core, back. Drop the left knee, drop the right knee, bend those elbows and lower the body down to the floor. Let those arms, elbows rest on the ground. Forehead down on the ground, point those toes, turn toes down. Clench your bum, pubic bone in the floor, draw in the tummy, roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Breathing in, push off those forearms and lift that chest off the floor, keeping the bottom ribs on the ground, keeping the belly lifted. Breathing in. On the out breath, take those hands away from the floor. Holding that core, bring those hands back down. Breathe in. On the out breath, lift those arms, clenching that bum, touch those arms down. Lift those arms up, hold them here. Keep the eyes looking at the front of the mat, pass the arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them high. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those arms down towards the legs pointing away from you. Palms up. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those hands together behind your back. Push those hands away towards those feet. Stretch those shoulders. Keep that tummy engaged. Keep the bum engaged. Breathing in, push those hands away towards the feet. Rest the hands on the bottom, release them, bringing them back, hands by your bottom rib. Breathing in, breathing out, push off those hands and come onto that pubic bone. Breathing in, keep those shoulders back and down. Push off those hands and come onto the knees. Keep those shoulders back and down, open that chest. Tighten the thighs, lift those knees off the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, drop the knees to the ground, bum in the air, back into child pose. All the way back into child pose. Let that back round, push those fingers away. Walk those hands to the left-hand side of the mat. Drop the bum to the right. And then walk those hands to the right-hand side of the mat and drop the bum to the left. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walk those hands back to the middle. Push those fingers away. Push that tummy down between those legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulling the knees apart, engage the glutes. Lift yourself up onto all fours. Slide those hands forward. Drop those hips down between down towards the floor. Rest that pubic bone on the ground. Lower those elbows. Rest the bottom ribs on the ground. And go all the way down to the forehead on the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, lengthen those toes away, clench the bum. Breathing out, draw in that core, lift the left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Lift the right leg up for 3, 2, 1. Keep both legs off the floor. Resting on the pubic bone, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Fingertips to level with the eyes. Bring both legs up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them high. Make sure the top of the pelvis is not pushing into the ground. Tummy's lifted. Bottom ribs are resting on the floor. Breathing in. Left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Right leg. 3, 2, 1. Both legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those legs high, breathing in. On the out breath, push off those hands, lift up to the bottom rib. Take those arms away from the floor, holding them high. Lift the left legs and arms for 3, 2, 1. Belly's off the floor. Rest those hands next to the bottom ribs. Breathing in. On the out breath, push up onto the pubic bone. Keep those shoulders back and down. Breathing in. On the out breath, push onto those knees. Breathing in. On the out breath, tighten those thighs, knees off the floor, push the head away from the toes. Breathing in. On the out breath, knees to the floor, thumb in the air, back into child pose. Push those fingers away. Breathing in, walk the hands to the left-hand side of the mat, drop that bum to the right. Stretch through that right shoulder, armpit, hip. Walk those hands to the left-hand side of the mat. Sorry, the right-hand side of the mat, drop the bum left. Stretch through that left armpit, through that left arm, through that left hip. Bring those hands back to the center. Pushing those hands forward, pull those knees apart, engage the bum. Lift yourself up, bringing your hands back so that you're on all fours. Arch that back up, belly down, eyes down. Sink that back down, belly out, tailbone up, eyes up. Come into neutral. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Walk those feet, those knees forward and swing yourself round to sitting. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Put your hands by your bum, lift your bum up and rest down on those seat bones. Lift that chest up into the sky, bring those fingers all the way up into the sky above your head, tighten your thighs, pull your toes to your nose, heels away. Push those fingers up, straighten the front of the body. Push those heels away, straighten those legs. Take those arms all the way out wide, dust the floor, swing them all the way back up into the sky. Breathing in, on the out breath, push those hands up, push those heels away, tighten those knees. Big breath in, on the out breath, release those arms, rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well, that should start your week off.